January 15, 2018. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Board members, Toli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Coliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. We have personnel resolutions 1 through 28. Resolution number 1, appointment of our superintendent. Can I have a motion? Board members, Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Coliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution. Resolution number 2, approval to apply for an emergency certificate. Can I have a motion? May I have a second?
Second.
Board members, Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Coliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 3, appointed school nurse. Can I have a motion? Board members, Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Coliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 4, approve rehire of a teacher, aide, to ACES program. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Board members, Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Coliello, Patel, Perez, Coliello, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 5, appointed teacher aide. Can I have a motion?
Second.
Board members, Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Coliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 6, approve transfer. Have a motion. Board members, Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Coliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 8, extracurricular. Can I have a motion? Who seconded?
Second.
Board members, Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Coliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 7, appointed volunteer assistant coach. Can I have a motion?
Second.
Board members, Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Coliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 9, approved settlement agreement. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Board members, Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Coliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 10, approved settlement for clerical staff members. Can I have a motion?
Second.
Board members, Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Coliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 11, granted half sabbatical. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Board members, Bertoli, Luzzi, Marenko, Diaz. Yes. Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Yes. Resolution number 12, granted sabbatical leave. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi,
Yes.
Marenko, Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 13, granted medical leave. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi,
Yes.
Marenko, Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Bello, Shaw, and
Yes.
Latour. Resolution number 14, granted medical leave. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second. Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi,
Yes.
Marenko, Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and
Yes.
Latour. Resolution number 15, approved extended medical leave. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Bello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 16, approved medical leave. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Bello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 17, approved medical leave. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 18, approved medical leave. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 19, approved medical leave. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and
Yes.
Latour. Resolution number 20, approved medical leave. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko,
Yes.
Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and
Yes.
Latour. Resolution number 21, approved medical leave. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi,
Yes.
Marenko, Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw,
Yes.
and Latour. Resolution number 22, medical leave of absence. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 23, granted medical extended sick leave. Can I have a motion?
Second.
Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 24, retirement. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko,
Yes.
Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and
Yes.
Latour. Resolution number 25, Title I carryover funds. Can I have a motion?
Second.
Board members, Bertoni, Diaz, Luzzi,
Yes.
Marenko, Nicoliello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Latour. Resolution number 26, approved credit recovery teacher stipend. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Board members Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Caniello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and
Yes.
Natori. Resolution number 27, approved AHSA stipend. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Board members Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Caniello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Natori. Resolution number 28, assign extra duties. Can I have a motion? Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Board members Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Caniello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw,
Yes.
and Natori. We have resolutions 51 through 70, non-personnel. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Board members Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Caniello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and Natori. We have ratifications of payments and claims. Can I have a motion? Board members Bertoli, Diaz, Luzzi, Marenko, Caniello, Patel, Perez, Rebello, Shaw, and
Yes.
Natori. At this time, Mr. Salter is going to address the
To the board members and the audience, annually what we have to do is we have to go over the progress report, which replaced the school report card. The progress report tells you the state of the individual schools. The progress report is a public document. It's on the New Jersey DOE website. Basically, there's three areas that it measures. It measures academic achievement, college and career readiness. At the high school, it's graduation and post-secondary. And at the elementary school, for the third issue, it's student growth. What we have is in the packet, we have the cover page for each of the schools. And as I go through this, the indicators show that North Bergen School District is like most other school districts, urban school districts. We are working towards proficiency with our students. If you look at each elementary school, our student growth percentiles, we met 100% of the targets. If you look at the high school, as far as graduation and post-secondary indicators, we have met 100% of the targets. We are working towards the academic achievement part. At the high school, we have met 90% of the academic targets. In each of the elementary schools, it can vary. Some are very low, some are 10% of meeting the targets, some are 30%. One school is 0% meeting the targets. What we need to do is, again, we need to work towards the academic achievement required by the new Common Core standards. As far as the college and career readiness is concerned, we are at the elementary school. There's two indicators for college and career readiness. It's student attendance rates, and it's how many students take Algebra 1. We are having some issues with the students taking Algebra 1 at the elementary school level. We're working on that. As far as attendance rates for the elementary school, the attendance rates are very good at the elementary school, and we seem to be doing very well with that. As far as the high school is concerned with the college and career readiness, there are 5 indicators. The indicators deal with the number of students who take the SAT, the number of students or percentage of students that get 1550 on the SATs, number of students who take the AP, percentage of students who take the AP get a 3 or plus, and number of students that take the PSAT. At this time, we met 0% of those indicators, but we were working towards meeting those indicators. And this year, the corrective action plan, what we did was we made, every junior took the PSAT, so we meet that indicator. We are working towards meeting the required with the 1550 on all the students taking the SAT. We are working with the curriculum, we are working with extra help classes, we are trying to meet those needs. The director, the supervisor director, director in charge of the AP, working with all the AP classes, and we're working towards meeting those standards. We do have, and it's on Friday, the Central Office Administration will be meeting with 2 Rutgers professors to analyze the indicators within the progress, the performance reports. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be questioning the state on the indicators for college and career readiness, which we feel are not really indicative of what is college and career ready. If you look at our statistics, we have over a 70% college rate for our seniors moving forward. All right. While that's good, we feel that we need to work on that even more. So as far as the performance report, we are looking at, number 1, student growth. And that's what you can ask from our teachers, from administrators, from our curriculum. We're seeing 100% of the indicators met student growth, which means that we are progressing. And that's what you can ask as far as teaching is concerned and as far as learning is concerned. So as far as the high school is concerned, our graduation rate is meeting 100%. As far as the number of students in the post-secondary, we are meeting those indicators. Thank you very much for what I was. Board members, as monthly, I have to report the HIV, harassment, intimidation, bullying. As of this month, we had 3 incidents of HIV. 2 of the incidents were number 2, where they're considered to be a harassment or intimidation or bullying. Basically, what happened was there were physical aggression and insulting comments made from one student to another. The accuser was counseled by the vice principal and the student SOP coordinator. We are monitoring and educating the person on the bullying actions. Additionally, the target is being counseled concerning how to react to those bullying incidents. Follow-up report will come by the vice principal and also the SOP coordinator. The second one, the accused continued to harass the target despite being warned twice at previous events. A police report was filed, a formal complaint was signed by the parents of the target against the accused. From that action, most of the incidences happened on Facebook, and the parent reported that the Facebook account was disabled. The student's home was changed, so what we can do is we can reduce the contact. The third one was a number 1. It was determined to be a code of conduct. No disciplinary action was taken, and they had a meeting with the principal, and they were able to discuss the issue, and it was able to be solved. So that was this month's HIV report.
Anyone that wishes to address the board, there's a sign-in sheet. Did anybody sign in? Sign in and please give us your address.
Who's serving as interpreter? Who's serving as interpreter? Who's serving as interpreter for nos votan ahora. Ahora nos votan a todo el mundo.
Good evening. President Latour.
Hold on, Mr. Weinstein. You'll have 5 minutes to address the board.
Mr. Latour, where is Mayor Sacco? Superintendent Sacco? Senator Sacco, I'm sorry. Director of Elementary and Secondary Education Sacco.
Sorry to interrupt you. Can, before everyone speaks, can you guys give us your
If
name?
you could hold the time clock, please.
It's part of your time, Mr. Weinstein. Can you just
Well,
give
you
us
know what,
your
then I'm
name?
going to go on. You know, Director Sacco should be here present. He is the highest paid official. He is taking $245,400 a year, just for this one position, this no-show job. Now, Mr. Latour, can you tell us the process that you proceeded with to grant him this position? Hello, Mr. Latour, hello, I'm over here. Yes, I want to know the process on how you hired Senator Sacco, Mayor Sacco,
Mr. Weinstein,
Director Sacco.
Mr. Weinstein, if you don't mind, I chaired that committee at the time, so if I can answer your question.
He's the president of the board, right?
No, 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 he just gave me permission to explain it to you.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
He just gave me permission to explain it to you.
There was no public notice. There was no advertisement.
We want to hear from him.
There was no other applicants that applied for this position.
We want to hear from him.
So how did this board come about hiring this person?
Where is he?
Mr. Weinstein,
And he should be here.
Where is he?
At $245,000 a year, he should be here present.
Mr. Weinstein,
But you know what? This board is a rubber stamp. You just do whatever the political machine wants. And you talk about politics not being accessible in the schools. But most of this board are all involved in politics. Most of this board are committee people.
Mr. Weinstein, can I answer your question?
Sure.
Can you please talk louder?
No.
It might not be working, just give me a second.
Can you pause the time?
Do you know there's drug dealing in the school?
Yes, Mr. Weinstein.
People are smoking marijuana on the 3rd floor.
Okay, Mr. Weinstein, I'll answer all your questions.
People are wrongfully being accused.
You had a question?
There's students chasing other students in the schools with knives, and when their parents come to file a report and they want to file a police report, they're being told that they can't call the police. Just today there was an incident where a girl was attacked. And this is the Board of Education, the board that's responsible for our children and their well-being. Most of the people on this board, they're all on the payroll. Do we have children are not being safe in our schools? Yes, Mr. Marenko.
Thank you. Mr. Weinstein, you raised a couple of issues. I don't know which one you needed an answer to, but I'll try to go
We
down.
need a lot of answers. Our schools are failing.
I'm trying to go down the list to help you out, Mr. Weinstein. As you know, through your open request, the process that Mr. Nick Sack, Director Nick Sack was hired was, we had a process, we advertised it.
It was not advertised.
And once it was out there, we had applicants. He was interviewed as any other job would be, and he had unique skills for that position. So we picked him out of that
Yes,
process.
Mr.
As far as
Marenko,
the
it
drug-
wasn't
It
advertised.
wasn't
And the Oprah didn't
Where was
include
the
any of the other
advertisement?
applicants.
Mr. Weinstein,
And do you know that when that inter-school memo went out, the only person that responded was Mayor Sacco?
we know that. But an inter-school memo is an advertisement, Mr. Weinstein.
Ahora de interview
That's not due process. You're not giving an opportunity to the people that are qualified and they're able to do a job responsibly and honestly for the children of North Bergen. I get calls every single day of the harassment and intimidation and unsafe conditions in the school. Don't you realize that? A girl was attacked today in the school.
Actually, Mr.
And she wasn't treated fairly.
We understand that very clearly. In fact, the reason you guys were all waiting here today so long is because we were dealing with the issues that Mr. Weinstein's bringing up. And we took the time, deliberate time to deal with that issue, resolve in the best manner possible, and then come here and continue resolving budgetary and the personnel issues. So we are looking at it. Superintendent, the principals of all the schools have taken a hard line on it, and any of that activity that is discovered, we've been resolving. We're not perfect.
The schools are
As you know,
unsafe.
Mr. Weinstein was not built in a day, and we're working very hard to correct those problems.
The current administration has been empowered for
5 minutes left, Mr.
20,
Weinstein.
28
Still got
years.
15 seconds.
And all this board has done is failed the children of North Bergen.
You got 15 seconds still. You still have 15 seconds, Larry.
5 minutes.
You got 15 seconds. I don't know what you're doing with your clock. You still got 15 seconds. Larry, you still got 15 seconds on that clock.
Thank you very much.
That's ridiculous. You guys should be ashamed of yourself. You still have 15 seconds on that clock. Outside for what? Outside for what? It's part of the meeting. Outside for what? Outside for what? We can't allow it. Come on, man.
Guys, he hasn't done it. He hasn't done it.
There's nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with you guys. You know this.
You have 5 minutes.
Mr. Secretary, Cabrera, I would like you to please give me 4 minutes so I can have this recorded. Would you, yes or no?
Excuse me?
I would like some extra minutes, or your minutes, so I could present my cases here.
What do you want, 5, what do you want extra time?
Yes, please.
Why? You only get 5 minutes, man.
Okay,
Everybody
then
gets
you want
5
to give
minutes.
me 5 minutes, so,
Yes.
excuse me, are you recording this? Yes. Okay, thank you, that's what I want to know. All right, Mr. Lotoya, I want to ask you a question, do you have a store at 700 and Pride Avenue?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember that you ever had an incident with a young girl?
I want to stop you right there.
You're not stopping me,
I
honey.
am stopping you right there.
No, you're not
Your
stopping me.
5
Let him
minutes,
answer.
your 5
Let him
minutes
answer.
are pertinent to school board
No,
business.
it is about school board because that.
Unless you can prove that, you have
Okay,
to
wait a
allow me
minute.
to
Have
say
you
that.
ever been charged? Have you ever been charged? At the city?
Excuse me, point of
Okay,
order.
according to my record.
Excuse me, ma'am.
No, it's not 5 minutes, I can say anything I want.
1 second, no. 1 second, ma'am.
No, you can go
That
wherever you
microphone
want.
can
You
turn
can go
off.
wherever. Okay.
Violate the
Have you
microphone.
ever been to a police station or?
He's not going to answer you.
Yes or no?
He's not answering you.
Okay, then, so let me go to Ruth Shaw. Ms. Ruth Shaw, can you tell me how much you make a year?
That's not Ruth Shaw,
Oh, well,
and
what?
that's not school board business.
Yes, it is my boy business because I'm a taxpayer. I'm a mother and I want to know.
Then you have to go,
Okay?
ma'am, I'm trying to explain to you the
It's my
process.
right to know how
You
much
have to go to
she's
City
making.
Hall and ask there. She doesn't-
Hello, are you Ruth Shaw? Are you Ruth Shaw?
No.
Okay,
You
so
are
let
not
her answer. Let her answer what she doesn't have a mouth.
She doesn't wish to.
Oh, she has to because that's what she can pay for with my money that's going to your pocket and everybody's money here going to your pocket and your husband and your son.
I'm
and
sorry, I
everybody
can't
else.
hear you.
Excuse me, I'm not talking to you.
I know, but I am
Okay?
talking to you.
No, but
And I'm not getting
you
your name.
went off time. Okay?
Turn off the mic.
You put your work with whatever you want, go right ahead. And I'm still gonna keep on talking. Answer the question, how much you make a year?
Come on, she got 5 minutes.
Put that my time.
She has 5 minutes to talk.
Now you hired on January, February, January, and then they had a background check, and it's still pending, and you're still hiring these teachers in another elementary school, they could be child predators, killers, or whatever, you have them in the school? Are you gonna answer that? Why are they getting paid? Hello? You will all talk, baby, you will all talk. Stop talking, answer. Why are background check clearly through. And that's how Mutual also acting up there and giving him a paycheck. Why is that? In elementary school, and high school too. An English teacher. You got nothing to say?
You have a name?
Yes, I do. My name is Odinaris Ramirez. What
Okay,
else?
do you have a name of a teacher, ma'am?
Oh, yes, I hear Nicole Espinoto.
Can you
Espinoto.
spell that?
Exposici.
Bring another time.
Then you got a Melinda. Lescaille. Then you got a Jamie. Meli. I don't know if it's a Jamie. I don't know if that's a male or female. Allison.
What's the last name of Jamie?
Jamie is Meli. The next one is Allison Wozowski. That's Warsdniter.
Okay. We don't, obviously, as you know, we don't have their files in front of us.
But you gave this to everybody.
No, we read this, we know that.
Okay.
But we don't have a whole file. You're saying she's
But
not.
they're on the payroll. They gave me a check. I don't know these people. I mean, I'm trusting my kids to go to your school here, I'm paying taxes, and my kids' safety, and I say because you people don't completely do the background check. I mean, look at your president of Board of
What I'm trying to
Education
help you,
right
Ms.
here.
Ramirez, is
Do you do his
where on there
background check
does it
too?
say that they didn't do the background check?
Right here, they're still pending.
Okay. And
Okay.
do you
So why
understand that
are they
state
your
law
paycheck?
says?
Interrupt.
Why they get your paycheck?
Mr. Arnold Hernandez. His name is Arnold Hernandez, 1011 Columbia Avenue. Is that correct, sir?
Yes. First of all, I'd like to say that I'm a citizen from North Bergen, 1011 Columbia Avenue. And I'd like to show my gratitude for the education that you give to those children. What you're doing to these kids, psychologically, pushing them around, false accusations, I don't think that's the proper way to educate the kids. You're sending the children to Jersey City. How does that happen? Isn't the children supposed to be educated the proper way to be? That's the future? We are paying our taxes. And I'm sick and tired of whatever you're doing in the system. I don't know if you're doing the
Mr.
educating the
Hernandez,
children.
who are you talking about? We don't understand that.
Listen, you're not educating the kids, you're pushing them around, you want to get them out of the system. Are you doing your job, or are you being manipulated by the political machine, Mr. Saka?
Mr. Hernandez,
Yeah.
Yes.
can you tell us what student you're talking about?
Can you talk loud, please?
I'm sorry. Can you tell us what student you're talking about?
Exactly, he's right back there. He's right back there. He's right there.
That's your case.
Exactly, that's what we're here for.
We just met, you were here before us. And while we can't go to specifics in public, because A, it would embarrass your son, B, it would embarrass you, and C, we don't do that in public.
So how come he's got a clean record and you said that he's got a positive? Can't talk about
We
that.
can't do that. You should not be talking about your
Well,
son's
listen.
business in a public forum, sir.
Listen, this is the key. You are not doing your job properly. You're just getting paid for that. I'm sick and tired of you pushing our kids. Is that a racial profiling because they're Latinos or what?
I'm Latino, sir.
Yeah, and.
Well,
And secondly,
Okay, and you're still out.
Yep.
so,
You're still out,
Well-
Sean, honey.
I like to have explanations. What are they doing to these children?
I think if the record is clear, the most we can say about your case is that you chose to take your child out of North Bergen, just as you chose to bring him back to the district. Beyond that, we can't tell you anything else in front of all these people because it's your son's private information. Do you really want that out in public forum, sir?
Yeah, I like to have everybody's record too. All the board of ed, Mr. Saka too.
I think you had counsel today, and I believe your counsel will probably tell you, don't be.
I don't have to be counsel. I live in North Bergen, and I have children too, and they assist the school system.
Okay. I ethically will not answer that because that puts your son's information out there. I'm not doing that. And I'm not allowed to legally.
I don't hear no answers at all. I mean,
Okay.
what are you doing to the kids? You're making false accusations. You think that's proper? Do you have kids? Do you have children? Anybody? You should do your job better. Any answers or not? You're gonna stay there, you're not gonna stay there.
Let me clear to you, we're not going to talk about son's private business in public.
Talk about something else.
Okay, sir, ask the next question.
What's your next question?
The next question is, what are you gonna do to improve the education system?
Well, as the superintendent told you, we're ready to do that. In fact, give you a great example out there.
I'm talking about it. And one of the things that happened is we're moving to the Common Core, which is a whole different way of learning. And we have professional development going on with the teachers. We're working with the students. We're working with all of the administrators to understand what the new tests coming up will look like. We are working to make sure that our students understand everything in depth and they can use it in everyday life. One thing is with the English language arts, we have a consultant that came in, worked with all our teachers. We're working on writing skills, reading skills. We're looking to improve the depth of understanding of what a question looks like. And then now that will allow them to be able to now answer the question better because they know what they're looking for within that question. And that's a big problem that we have sometimes is that the students can read, they can understand. Okay, but the problem is they don't always know how to answer the question correctly. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to make them understand the right way to answer that question so they can get credit for that question answered. That's what we're doing. We're doing a lot of work. Okay, we are.
That's nice to hear, but why is it so overcrowded? There's only one school here. All the children have to come all the way up here.
Sir, your time has expired, sir. Next person, Jack, please.
Aguilera.
5 minutes.
Buenas noches.
Your address is 28 Tommy Avenue,
Yes,
227.
27, 27. El señor, no sé el nombre, pero acaba de decir que es hispano. Yo no hablo inglés. Entonces, mi pregunta va a ser para las personas que hablen español.
Point of order, sir, we have somebody interpret,
We'll answer her question, because she's asking in Spanish. And we'll try to translate whatever she says.
Mr. Shaw, it's our time.
We're gonna try to translate it back to her so she gets it, and you'll
She's
get it.
actually directed it to anybody that speaks Spanish on the board. So.
Mi pregunta es, con 11 días de falta, un alumno puede perder el año. ¿Me está escuchando? Si le dan suspensión por 10 días, esa suspensión va a ser justificada.
By the way, for the non-Spanish speaking, what she's asking is, if someone has, a child has 11 unexcused days of absence, and then they're suspended for 10 days, does that become a, ¿qué quiere saber? Después de los 10 días de suspensión, ¿qué es su pregunta?
Si la suspensión que le están dando van a ser justificadas.
The suspension that they've given the child for missing 11 unexcused days is justified, was the question. Sí, eso es la póliza, señora. Todo estudiante y todo padre recibe copia de pólizas y saben que, y si hay un problema, tienen las puertas abiertas ahí a los maestros, a los viceprincipales y a los consejeros, hablar con ellos de eso.
Pero no me puede contestar aquí esa pregunta. ¿Va a ser justificada la suspensión que le están dando?
Le trasladar lo que yo dije a inglés para los que no hablan español y después llego para atrás. All right, I told her I'd be right back to you. We have a policy in place, as does every other school district in the state of New Jersey, that for so many absences, the district has to take action. 11 absences requires a suspension. Once you're suspended, then it goes up to the other attributes of the process. Okay, she's asking us if it's just. My answer, first I'll give it to her in Spanish and then I'll translate it to English. If you don't mind, Mr. Shaw and anyone else, thank you. Señora, nosotros, como la Junta, queremos que eso suceda. Porque si no hacemos eso, vamos a tener 11 días. Un estudiante puede poner 11 días juntos, pierde 2 semanas de escuela, lo juntan con dinero alguna otra semana y está fuera de escuela casi, vamos a ir, un mes. Eso no solamente le cuesta a ese estudiante tiempo de aprender, pero a los otros estudiantes, porque cualquier maestra tiene que estar ayudando a ese alumno seguir con la escuela. Cuando nosotros hacemos subvenciones, siempre está la oferta de instrucción en casa, instrucción en computadoras, todo eso.
Pero esas faltas cuentan, esa es mi preocupación.
No, they're excused absences, suspension.
La subvención no cuenta como inexcusable.
¿Y a dónde dice eso? Porque yo he
Y la
buscado
póliza que usted
información y no
recibe al
encuentro.
compromiso al año. I'm going to translate what I said there.
When a student has a violation of code of conduct,
Cuando un muchacho tiene violación del código de conducta,
Que no se ha comprobado todavía, que es violación de
they
parte
get
de
suspended. From those suspension days, they're excused absences, and the students are required to make up the work.
son días que son dados excusados, pero el estudiante tiene que hacer el trabajo. La clase está haciendo lo que no está ahí.
Otra pregunta rápido. ¿Cuántos security tiene el high school?
What's the security detail at the high school?
In high school, it's 5.
Same officers.
How many per floor?
On the floors, we have 1 security on each floor.
In each floor, I want to know where is the security today when my daughter is attacked with a pencil in the eyes.
Okay, I can't discuss that now because the case is pending. So, the investigation's being done right now, so I can't really discuss that right now.
Ya los 5 minutos ya.
Pasó. No, yo tuve que esperar 2 horas por ustedes aquí, ustedes no pueden escucharme un poquito más de tiempo aquí.
Si usted quiere hablar.
Señora, si usted quiere, después de eso, o mañana, usted puede haga cita con su pretendiente y él le va a coger la cita. Muchas gracias por su paciencia. Okay, le llamo.
Julio Martinez.
Council, translate. Council, translate.
7003 Columbia Avenue. And you have an interpreter?
Yeah.
Sir, can you state your name?
Yeah, my name is Francisco Torres.
Buenas noches.
Good evening.
Cuando mi hijo me hablaba a mí en la casa de cómo se sentía intimidado y coercionado, yo no entendía lo que él me decía.
When my son felt threatened and he explained to me that he was intimidated. I didn't understand how that could be true.
Esto yo lo pude entender esta noche con la acción que tuvimos aquí hacia nosotros, las personas. Por ejemplo, cuando los policías se acercan, cuando uno está expresando.
And now I could finally relate, especially tonight, because when you are just trying to express your opinion, and then you feel how the police come towards you, And I saw it tonight, how easily people can get intimidated.
Mi hijo ha recibido en una escuela donde está supuesto a ser apoyado y soportado por el staff, por los adultos.
My son have assisted a school system where he's supposed to be supported by the staff and the teachers.
Mi hijo ha recibido de parte de miembros de seguridad empujones, tiraderas en el piso y decirles recójalo. Y mi hijo se ha negado y ha dicho no, eso provoca insubordinación.
What my son have suffered is that he have been hit by the security of the school system, and they have thrown their items, and he been forced to pick it up, and because he has not responded to that creates a insubordination, and that also creates a very disrespectful environment.
Mi hijo por un viceprincipal ha sido llamado underdog.
My son was called by a vice principal that you are an underdog.
Cuando mi hijo me ha dicho esto a mí, yo me pongo a pensar, ¿qué está pasando con un sistema que está supuesto a subir un muchacho, a educarlo y a formarlo, a bajarle su autoestima? Con estas palabras que en cualquier adulto causan un efecto y una reacción. Vamos a ponerlo al menor, al muchacho. ¿Cómo va a reaccionar?
And using these type of words, and my son has been told all these words, all this negativity, and he's been treated a little bit diminishing. What kind of impact can it be done if people from your staff and the school system treat a young man where he's supposed to be taught and encouraged to be a better human being than what he is? What can you expect if you treat somebody like that? If you treat somebody like a nuddle that way, it creates a major problem with them. So how can you impact a young adult or a teenager like that?
Cuando un adulto, un personal de una escuela adulta no tiene el más mínimo respeto ni conocimiento de su labor que tiene en sus manos, de lo que está haciendo cuando tiene ese tipo de acción contra un muchacho, contra un grupo de muchachos, ¿dónde vamos a llegar?
And what happened when somebody and the school teachers, what happens when they don't know where to stand and how to teach and how to better and help these kids improve, but instead they mistreat them and intimidate them? How can you make a difference in somebody's life? And you are supposed to be there to better their life, to make them better.
Y esa sería la cosa más simple que le ha sucedido a mi hijo en la high school de Nobel.
And those are the little simple things that have happened to my son in this high school,
Esto
North Bergen
es
High
un
School.
historial que viene desde el año pasado.
And this history comes from last year, since
Y
last
con
year.
una situación que usted refirió se rompió ya el vaso, porque fue una difamación demasiado grande en contra de un niño de familia.
And whatever you mentioned before, and obviously all of you know the case that we mentioned before that you don't want to discuss, but he has created a bad reputation due to the system. And I know my son.
5 minutes are up.
I'm sorry, yo necesito,
5 minutes
I
up.
need time. Mi hijo no es el mejor estudiante. Mi hijo tiene
Señora.
talento.
Señora, por favor.
Pinta, escribe,
Señora, por
entró a
favor.
high school.
Francisco.
Esto se perdió.
Francisco.
Por favor.
Ese es el punto. Yo tengo mi vida destruida y tú me das 5 minutos.
If she needs a translator, should she be allowed more time? Half of the time is being translated.
5 minutos de mi vida, de mi familia.
We waited for you guys for 2 hours. Can you allow more time?
5 minutes.
No.
Let's go.
Llevo
Give her 5 minutes. We'll be here waiting for like an hour or so.
Can you give her more time?
Waiting for 2 hours.
The least you can do is give her more time.
We waited for 2 hours. Wait 5 minutes.
Guys, she needed a translator.
Herb Shaw.
She needed a translator. Shouldn't she be allowed more time?
The board, sir, you can sign this sheet.
I have to be able to scream here. If I can't scream anywhere, where am I going to be able to scream? I have to be able to express myself here. I respect you too, but I know you know this. You know the corruption going on in this town. It has to be expressed, please.
Your name card is not there. What's your name?
Julio Marenco. Julio Marenco, sir.
Julio Marenco. For being an interpreter.
Thanks.
This is a democracy. In democracy, the majority rules. Whether it's good or bad, people, it's the majority. And right now, the majority of people in North Bergen, the voters, the people that vote, are of Spanish heritage. Some of them speak English very well. And I'm glad that you accepted my suggestion that I, as an Anglo, be able to understand what the complaint is. And I try not to be acrimonious, but I will be if necessary. I'm an opponent of the administration. I think it's corrupt. I want to record saying that. And that's as far as I'm going to go. No farther to go necessary, because in a democracy you have a way of curing dissatisfaction with those that rule. They have a suggestion as to how the meetings are conducted. That it be announced publicly before that you will have certain hearings that are being private, that people have the right to privacy, especially juveniles. And that the main meeting would start at a certain time. So this does not happen again. People complain and say, you had to wait 1 or 2 hours and things like that. Another thing is, was that the secretary that read off the business that transpired, or the attorney? I couldn't see which one. Is that you wrote this? All of it, all the items that were voted on. Is that you? Okay. I suggest that in the future, all the contractual sick leaves be grouped together in one. There were no negative votes. Is that correct? There were no negative votes on it. That's correct. Okay. Therefore, encapsulate it all in one thing that, sir, you didn't mention any names, which I think is important. And it is a contract. Most of them, I think, will teach you the contract says that they are to have sick leave, correct? And they also will be family leave act. And just say that's what it was for. On the sabbaticals, you also did mention the name. Please do that. And that's also contractual obligation, true?
Mr. Shaw, the names are on the resolutions.
I didn't hear it.
Oh,
I didn't hear it.
they didn't announce the name.
I have it with
Do you have
the
copies of the
15th.
resolution,
What
sir?
transpired, January 15th, but it's not on my resolution.
Any of the resolutions are given out to the public, they all have a name of whoever's taking that type of leave, being granted the sabbatical
Well,
or
I'm
family.
trying, you know, when you don't announce things properly, everybody thinks they're putting something over. Right? And like season's wife, you have to be above suspicion, especially in your work. Now, also, I wish that you would have placards in front of your seats. Big, 4-inch letters, so I know who you are. And the people also know who you are. I know you, Ed. I know you, Ed. And Patricia. And of course, you go. Okay, that's enough.
If I could interrupt my time.
By doing what I suggest, you would tone down the accolades.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Anyone else?
I didn't intend to speak today, but I want to pick up where Mrs. Ramirez left off because she was coming. Can you all hear me? Okay, I want to direct your attention to page 4 of your agenda today. There's a list of 4 teachers that Mrs. Ramirez named when she was speaking. And above them it says that all 4 teachers have been working, 3 have been working for over a month, but all 4 have been working as teachers in the school system. And it says they're pending a background clearance. So,
What page again?
page 4,
Page 4 is on.
yes, there's a list of 4, it's on the back side, it's page 4 of the agenda. They're the teachers that Mrs. Ramirez named for you a few moments ago before time ran out. And they're all employed currently, 3 of them for over a month, yet they have not had background clearance. And so my question echoed by many of the parents in this room and perhaps intensified by the possible criminal pedophile charges against someone on your own board. My question is it your policy to allow teachers to have daily access to our children for over a month before the background investigation has even been completed? Because if that is your policy, that seems to be subjecting our children to possible crimes like that, which a member of your board was possibly accused of recently. So that's my question. How are these teachers or political appointees working before they're actually, even before, if you look on the page before, pending proper certification? So you're not even aware that they're certified and not aware of a criminal investigation.
I'm sorry, got a question. Can I have our legal counsel, it's state
Yes,
law,
I
but
know
can I have our legal counsel answer it so I understand it? Yeah.
And the 4 teachers were cleared.
Can you speak up, please?
Sure. The meeting was on January 15, 2014, and 1 teacher started on 1/16. 3 started on 1/16, and the next one started on 2/1, so we did follow all of the
That's exactly
laws.
right. If you look above that, it says pending a background clearance, and then above that, pending proper certification.
Yes, there are procedures to be followed.
But I believe that the procedures should require the clearance before they have access to our children.
They're following the law of the state.
So that's sufficient? You think that's sufficient to have them have access to our children for a whole month before they've had a criminal investigation done on them? I mean, these people could, with a whole month of daily access to our children, that's time that they could commit acts of violence, commit acts of pedophilia, molestation on our children. There should be a criminal investigation before they're able to teach our children. And at least proper certification that they're certified to teach our children. What this looks like to me is that these are political appointees. And that the clearance and whether they're qualified to be around our children doesn't really matter. That's what it looks like to me. If
these teachers, we have come in with a certificate of eligibility. And the certificate of eligibility allows them to look for a job. Okay, and that certificate of eligibility says they fit all the requirements to become a teacher through the state certification process.
But this is more than them looking for a job. This is them
I'm
being
speaking
with
to the
their
one point
children.
that you asked me to speak to. Okay, and what happens is that once they become hired, then they get a provisional certificate and they become a provisional teacher for a year. And that is what that's speaking to, is that we hired them with their provisional certificate pending. Okay, and what happens is once we can do that, and once that provisional certificate takes effect, then they have a year to then earn their standard certificate. And they earn that standard certificate with sufficient evaluations, and with the new state evaluation system coming in, making sure that their students' test scores meet the needs of where they have to go within their evaluation. As far as the background check, what happens is they sign an affidavit that there is no issue that they have as a warrant.
I understand that, but all an affidavit is them promising you that they have not molested a child, or that's promising you. That's all an affidavit is.
Some of them may have had that documentation come in before they
You get a
started.
criminal investigation before you get cleared to get a credit card. You should have a criminal investigation before you are cleared to have access to children in the North Bergen school system. I heard your answer and I appreciate your answer, but it's just simply not sufficient, and that's not good enough for our children. Particularly intensified, like I said, by members of your own board that have faced really horrifying charges relevant to children. Thank you.
Can I have a motion to close the meeting? Can I have a second? Second. Board members Vittori, Diaz, Rossi, Zariano, Villalba, Gonzalez,